A lot of times as new parents, we always have these things that come up from time to time that cause us a lot of stress while we're raising our babies. And there are actually things that we should not be stressing about. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 things that new parents stress about that you should not be. Okay. Hi, beautiful people. Thank you so much for stopping by. And if you're seeing my face for the very first time, I'm Liz, and I am a Cameroonian-based YouTuber. And I'm happy that you're here. Chances are you are a new mom and you are finding it difficult, stressful. Worry not, I'm here to help you out. The first thing that we stress about, that we should not be stressing about, is constant sneezing in our babies, right? It's normal for babies to sneeze constantly. By sneezing constantly, they are clearing their nasal passages. They could be irritated by dust, particles in the air that are causing them to sneeze, right? So sneezing is a natural way of them to clean their nasal passages. Okay, so it's not something for you to fret about, except that the sneezing comes with a runny nose, temperature, fever, something like that. Then you may want to check with your pediatrician or see a doctor concerning that. Aside from that, constant sneezing is normal in babies. Another thing that we stress about as new parents is short feeds. A baby feeds for about 2 to 5 minutes or 5 to 10 minutes, and you're worried. You're like, is my baby actually getting enough milk? Is she getting full? Feeding for that short period of time will make you think that your baby is not getting enough milk as they should. What you should have in your mind is that the length of time that your baby breastfeeds is not an indicator of how much milk they are getting, right? The length of time that your baby spends on the breast will depend on if your baby has a good latch, if your milk is flowing fast or slow, if your milk has finally come, okay, because when you give birth, your milk takes like 2 days, 2 to 3 days for it to come fully. So has your milk come? If your baby is actually focused on eating or is distracted or is sleeping, because some babies are at the breast, you think they're feeding, but they are actually sleeping. The length of time that your baby feeds also depends on the period of the day. Some babies will feed very well at a particular time, and then the next time they feed for a shorter period. The next time they feed for a longer period. So it varies. It's not something for you to worry about. But if your baby is changing frequent diapers, wet diapers during the day, and your baby is gaining weight, then you have nothing to worry about. Your baby is definitely feeding well. Another thing that we parents stress about, which we should not be stressing about, is the notion that holding your baby very much will spoil them, right? We've heard that a lot, especially in our African communities. Our mothers-in-laws, our mothers tell us to put the baby down, put the baby down. If not, your baby will always want you to carry them and will not want to be put down. Okay? Putting your baby or carrying your baby often provides them with the support that they need. It makes them feel safe, it makes them feel secure, it makes them feel loved. Holding them often is crucial for their emotional and psychological growth, right? It makes them independent human beings in the future because they know that they can go anywhere, they can take risk, and they know that they have a safe place to come to always. So holding your child does not in any way, holding your child often does not in any way spoil your child. On the contrary, it makes them grow into independent children because they know that they have a safe place. No matter where they go, no matter what risks they take, they always have a safe place, which is you, that they can always come back to. And also, holding your baby a lot helps to create that bond between the mother and the baby. It helps to strengthen the bond. And children with this form of secure attachment tend to be more independent in the future. That notwithstanding, every now and then we need our hands to be free, right? We need to put the baby down. So just go ahead and put your baby down if you need to. And that way, he also learns to roll, to creep, to discover his environment, to learn different textures That way he's also growing, right? When your baby is put down, when your baby is put on the ground, that way he learns about his environment. So either way your baby is learning. Holding your baby a lot does not in any way spoil them. So don't feel bad for carrying your baby, for holding your baby a lot. Don't feel bad for putting your baby down once in a while when you need some free time. Your baby's sleeping pattern is something you should also not be stressing about. Babies sleep two ways. There is what is called active sleep and the quiet sleep. Your baby could be sleeping very quietly, and then at some point he becomes an active sleeper. You would realize that you put your baby down to sleep, and then your baby is whimpering, is grunting, is sometimes even opens his eyes, but he's still sleeping. That's called active sleep, right? Some babies just stay quiet while they are sleeping. That's quiet sleep. But other babies, or at some point in your baby's life, he may be sleeping and making noises, okay, really loud noises for some babies, but they are still asleep. So if your baby wakes up crying, for example, and the crying fades down, just pause and wait and see if the crying dies down completely. If it doesn't, then you may want to pick your baby up. But if you pause for some seconds or minutes and you realize that your baby has gone back to bed, then fine. That would mean your baby is an active sleeper or was in active sleep. It's not advisable to hear noises from your baby and run immediately to pick up your baby when the baby is asleep, because your baby could still be asleep, but just be an active sleeper. Last but not the least thing that we stress about as new parents is developmental milestones in our babies, right? We all have these age limits that we learned about. Okay, like between this time to this time, your child is expected to do this. From this time to this time, your child is expected to do this. And we carry that on our heads. And when our child gets to that particular stage and is not doing what we expect them to be doing, we start getting worried. For example, from 4 months, your baby is supposed to start turning. Your baby is supposed to start knowing how to roll over. Okay, but that does not mean that when immediately your child gets to 4 months, he will just know how to roll or just start rolling, right? It may take some time. It may take some more weeks or some more months for your child to do that. So don't go comparing your child with other children his age or other babies his age. Focus on your child and encourage the progress that you see him go through day by day, because every child is unique. No two children are the same. You may realize that your baby is developing the same pace with another child or not, and that's okay. That's fine. Your baby is unique. Okay, so focus on your baby and not on comparing your baby with other people's babies. So thank you so much. I hope this helps you and relieves you of the stress that you've been going through. And thank you so much for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.